Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to put this B&W short throw shifter, they call it a sport shifter, in my Cummins. Fancy stickers and stuff come with it. Gasket. But, now, bear with me while I try to get it out the package. They package it really well. There we go. So, you gotta tear the shift tower out, which in my truck, you gotta rip the center console and stuff out. And you gotta take the shifter off too, shift lever. But they say it's 25% less travel. I don't know how noticeable it's gonna be or not, but I am going to take some measurements on it from the dash back and then probably from this side over to see how much travel goes away. I mean, 25% isn't a lot, but I do kind of want to know the difference in it. So I gotta rip this all out, which I'll catch some of it on video, some of it not. I mean, when I did my clutch video, I showed how to get that out of there. But I'm not going to show you guys all this measuring and stuff. I'm going to write it all down, and then I'll go at the end and check and see what the difference is. But, well, I'm going to go underneath and drain the tranny fluid. Alright guys, so since I drained tranny fluid, mine's already pretty much drained. Nice plug here. I don't know if they're all Allens, because I think Buddy's is different. But if it's an Allen, mine's a 14. I cleaned the magnet off. There was a little bit of shavings on it. But plug's just right in there, right by the cross member. Like I said, the plugs may be different depending on the year, or if the transmission's been rebuilt or whatever. But I'll get that screwed in, then we'll go up top and pull the shift tower apart. Alright guys, so I want to correct something. I drained my tranny fluid because it's due for a service. You don't have to drain it to put this shifter in. I did it so that I have like 50,000 miles on it, and the fluid looked kind of dark in it. So I wanted to drain it. So I got this already pulled up, it just snaps in. Same thing with the shifter boot. For the actual shifter, cup holder, it's a little rubber insert, you just pick it up, and there's a bolt down in here. I wish I had my flashlight with me, but there's also one down in that hole, and you're not gonna be able to see it, but there's another one kind of like right here, down in the bottom. They're, I think, 7mm. I'm gonna go grab tools, get them pulled out, and then you can move the first section out of here. And then, I don't think there's any bolts holding this, but I could also be wrong. But I'm gonna get those bolts out, get that pulled out then. Alright, so it's been a while since I pulled one of these out, and I was wrong. You only have to take the one back here and the one over here in the cup holder, because there is ones that hold that. That back one that I'd said about, you can get to it right now. And then there's one more there. And then this section should come out for you. And you'll have to take, if yours has ductwork, which I think most do, you have to take this ductwork out. And then you can get to, there's a plate that goes around the top of the tranny, which I think there's like 6 or 8 screws that hold it, but we'll get there. And they are 8mm, I was wrong. Alright guys, so I got that other front piece out, like I said, them 2 bolts, and then you can pull it out. Same thing with the ductwork. It's better to push it towards the dash, and then pull this side up, and you can pull it right out. Now there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess there's only 6 in it. Thought there were 6 or 8. Those are also 8mm. And then this piece will come up, and you'll have 4 more bolts, and that'll pull the whole shift tower out. So I'm gonna get these all out, and then I'll break this. I don't know if it'd be easier to break it apart in here or break it apart outside the cab. Either way, I gotta break it apart because I need these pieces in the shifter for the new one. So I'll probably break it apart outside, where it's not as hot inside the cab. Alright guys, so I decided to take the shifter off now. Two 13 millimeters. I figured I'd take it off now while it's still held in place, just in case I had trouble getting these broke free, which they came apart pretty easily. So I do have this out. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. The boot just pulls off, which there's a little bit of oil on the bottom of it, because I'm pretty sure my transmission leaks around that shift top there. Because it leaks. I think whenever I tore it apart, there wasn't a gasket on it, and I didn't have any RTV because it was late, and I just kind of threw it back together. And yeah, you can see the oil on it, it leaks. So that sucks. I'll have to clean that up a little bit and before we put it back together. The new shift tower comes with a gasket anyway, so we'll be all right. But so get the light here. You'll see the 4 bolts there. They're inverted Torx, which they're not too terrible to get out, but you can see the fluid leaking around it, which I do not like that, but we'll reseal it and we'll be good. Well, I think I found the real reason why my shift tower is leaking. So I don't have anything on that socket. I could spin that bolt. So that would be why it's leaking. So that's no good. So I'll make sure I tighten them up good this time. All right guys, all 4 bolts are out. Maybe I did RTV that in. I didn't think I did. No, I didn't. If I did, I put barely anything on it. But there it's out. I forgot to put it in neutral, which ain't too big of a deal. I'm gonna clean this up good. Like I said, it comes with a new gasket, so I'm gonna make sure I put that on. But I gotta dump fluid back in here, which if you're like me, they say with a dual disc clutch, put 7 quarts in, which is what I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna make sure it seals up good. But, all right, that's out. All right guys, so, I don't know if you can see in there those like bushings or whatever you want to call them. There's one in each corner there. Those have to come out and go into your new shifter, which I think you just grab them with pliers and they'll pull out, and then you got to tap them back in. When you put them back in, make sure they're flush, like with this side, how they are, and here they're flush. So I'm gonna get those pulled out, pop them into the other shifter, and then I can start putting it back together. Alright guys, so I got them in the shifter. Honestly, I took a punch, put it in a vise, and I tapped them out. It was a lot easier than trying to use pliers on it. They say you can use pliers, mine wouldn't come out, so I used the hammer and the punch, and they popped out. And then I just tapped them back in with a ball peen. So, put the gasket on, bolt this back in. Alright guys, so that part's in, bolts are all tight. I'm not really going to show a whole lot of putting it back together because it's literally the opposite of tearing it apart. But I cleaned it up a little bit there. I cleaned up the rubber pieces around it. So get that all put back in, get the shifter back in. We'll see what she measures at now. Alright guys, so up and down, it moved almost an inch tighter together. Side to side, looks like it moved about a ½ inch over. I mean, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It's very tight. Like, it's gonna be fun getting used to it. because mine had a lot more play in it than this does now. Like reverse is pretty far over. But yeah, I'll just go over like first gear was 5 1/4 up and down. It's now 4 1/2. I mean, side to side it was 6 1/2. It's now at 7. So that just means it moved it closer to center. But yeah, like I said, about 1/2 inch side to side it moved it, except for a 3rd and 4th. And then up and down it moved it almost 1 inch up and down the center. So it's definitely a lot closer together compared to the old one. But that's it. It's pretty simple to do. Stay tuned. I will have more videos coming. My injection pump is actually dying in this truck. It's on order. It's supposed to be here next week. I'm waiting for it. I got a couple other things that's going to be going on with it. I'm ditching MM3 and I'm switching over to EasyLink just because with stuff done to the truck, not a lot of people want to tune MM3 for what it is. And EasyLink's so much easier to get people to tune. So I am switching from that. I will have pillar gauges now and an EasyLink. There's just a couple other little things that I'm going to be doing, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so I figured I'd get questioned anyways, so I was going to end the video, which as you could see in everything, that I was going to end the video before I drove it. I didn't drive it much. I drove it home, drove it to Walmart, that's about it. So it is a little hard shifting at the moment, which I'm guessing it's probably going to get broken. But I definitely love it so far. It's so quick shifting. You just got to kind of get used to it. It's how tight everything is together. But I figured I'd add that to the video for you guys, and thanks for watching.